Yeah, my favorite game was the one where Moosh got murdered 3 times. In the coast, Lord Patrician Mr. Moosh sits on a pier, watching the sharks swim lazy circles beneath his dangling feet. Speaking of which, any luck finding a wizard to aid our cause? No, I'm afraid not. Queen Buckshank is weak. Oh, how dare you. And the wizards are satisfied that they needn't worry about the royal meddling in our affairs. Depths below, we must try harder. The patrician's aim is to raise authority to 5 or more. I noticed a crown by Musha? I'm fairly new to Twitch. What is it? Prime Gaming? Oh, yes, Prime through Amazon. Neat. Okay, I could do cruel tax on the patricians, since they gave me crabs. And I'll bribe the counts. And you know what? I'll cruel tax the barons a little bit. I want to come out slightly ahead. Alright. Ooh, the happy couple. I'm sorry, your defiance was low enough, and I needed money. Your Majesty, the couple from the March in the East are here to speak to the council. Oh, Your Highness, you brought us so much joy. I can't believe I finally get to be with my dear Nikolai. But it's not all good. We wanted to get married and start a farm together. Enjoy some peace and quiet for a change. All we need is each other, and a few adorable animals. And the wedding would be tiny, 300 or 400 people at most. But of course, Angels Glitch and Appler Punk refuse to give us anything. Please, Your Majesty, help us once more. Let's see, Marcherland, land from the east. The couple should forge their own path in the coast. Farm idea is silly, they're on their own. Reverse voting. So, the option with the least votes wins. So you should vote for your least favorable option. Alright, vote. And I'll catch up on chat. Let's see, we share assets now. Also, give me robot emojis. I don't know how much money everyone has. That's a good question. How much money does everyone have? Counts have money, patricians have money, Angel has very little. And the couple should forge their own path in the coast. Hey. Few nobles want their relatives to become humble farmers, especially if it's because of a whirlwind romance with someone of a rival lineage. Neither the barons nor the counts are happy. Aggrieved and mutinous. But the patricians welcome them eagerly, even giving them some scrubby land to live on. Turns out that the lovers have a knack for wilderness life. Helped along by the lucky ring, and they can quickly cultivate a thriving farm that brings prosperity to the area. Dang. And just about everybody's happy. Eugenie and Nikolai even have their first child, name their first child after the queen. Little Buckshank grows up peacefully in the country, far away from the feuding families. Yeah, man, I feel like everybody's winning here. Everything's going great for everyone. I mean, your defiance is through the roof. I have no idea why. The crab craze has swollen to unforeseen heights, Your Majesty. That's what she said. More crab news, really? The trade is so profitable that patricians are shutting down textile mills to focus on crab catching. Thousands are unemployed. But who cares about that, Your Majesty? Your box of crabs is now worth nearly double what you paid for it. See, this is the point where you get out of Bitcoin. Sell, sell, sell. Sell your crabs for much more than you paid. The treasurer appears satisfied with your practicality. Meanwhile, industries collapse along the coast. Sounds about right. I had an opportunity to get in on Bitcoin early, and I laughed at everybody. Saw them make a boatload of money, and I didn't. But I feel like anyone brave enough to buy Bitcoin was also a little too foolhardy to sell it on time. Oh, shoot, what's happening? Sorry to bother you, but could you open the money page and read what mine says? The text is incredibly small and I'm a tad blind. Okay. So, money tab. Angel's Glitch has 800. Appler Ponk has 1900. And Mr. Moosh has 2,850. Yeah. Thanks for bringing that to my attention. Okay, I have found 3 potential matches for you. 1 eligible young man from each of the kingdom's 3 regions. Choose wildly, you'll be securing a powerful alliance. If I don't want to marry any of them, that's a decision that can wait until after you've seen them, isn't it? Mother leads you to the Great Hall where she's arranged 3 portraits on easels. For now, each is covered by a cloth. Alright, let's see them. You cannot marry anyone. Also, you can leave someone at the altar. Just saying. You know? Oh, yeah, because, yeah, I was just trying new text options there. I actually intend to marry somebody. But now that you mention it, I've never left anyone at the altar. And that sounds like it could be funny. She whisked away a cloth from the first portrait. Whoa! This is Irvin, the oldest son of the Eastern Appler Ponk Dynasty. Now, apparently, they had a hell of a time getting him to smile for this portrait. How can you tell? The dude's a lion. He's lost half of the family fortune in the gambling halls, unfortunately. He got into some trouble with the Inquisition a while ago, but it didn't come to anything. I just can't get over how much fur he's got on his head. He's an intriguing candidate. Oh, and this guy, like, pretty much the same deal. You can barely make out his skin under there. From the coast, we have Quintus, the wealthy heir to Lord Patrician Mr. Moosh's estate. I mean, just look at him. He's gorgeous. Apparently, he's got a silver tongue, too. Wonder what any of their faces look like. His interests are typical of the coast. Money, money, money. And making more of it. And apparently he has a dark side, but I don't know much about it. I like the sound of him. Ah, and another super elegant beard. They know me so well. And finally, we have the Marches offering. Felix, scion of the prestigious Angel's Glitch bloodline. A typical baron, really loud and brash and self-absorbed, but mostly well-meaning. Like most of the barons, his great passion is hunting. No beast is safe from his crossbow. Oh, He's not popular with the peasantry. Something about him sets their teeth on edge. Sounds like a laugh. What do you think? Of course, by picking a candidate, we'll anger the other regions, but you'll gain a lifelong alliance. I've made my decision. Well, which of them do you wish to marry? I think I want... This is tough. Irvin of the East. Excellent, I'll make the arrangements. I understand how my wife feels now. Like, to be confronted, married to a beard, and having no say in it. Like, the big bushy beard just shows up. I've tried to shave it off. It grows back in a week. A lot of werewolves around here. While the queen settles into her reign, a general has risen in the march. The indomitable Baroness Agneth. You fools! You were supposed to drown the kingdom in chaos, but it's as calm as a Calabrian convent. Convent? Convent. We'll redouble our efforts, General. The Baron's aim is to lower stability to 4 or less. The queen is into people dumber than her. Hey, as long as they oil up real good. Well, my son would have been a good candidate. Shut up, Agneth. I do what I want. Alright. So, out of pity, I'm gonna grab the one that boosts authority. I mean, like, if you guys want my authority and stability up most of the time, I'll help. Those are good things. I like them. Roving hunters. Your Majesty, 2 barons are on their way home from an epic hunt and seek shelter for the night. In exchange, they're willing to gift you a rare trophy and provide meat for an extravagant feast, if you so wish. Bring them in and set the tables. The table is set for a delectable feast. You enjoy the company of the 2 barons while the storm rages outside. I like this guy. At least I can see his face. He pulls off an Amish beard quite well. The meat they provide is said to come from their latest kill, Ortusk, an ancient boar the size of a castle. You're not sure you believe the story, but it certainly tastes better than anything you've had for a long time. The new outfits are nice. He must use conditioner. Yeah. But later that night, you hear strange noises coming from their quarters, like a pig squealing and snorting. What in Selithath did they bring in here? I'm gonna burst into that bedroom and investigate. You creep down the corridors and push open the door. The former barons stand before you, transformed into hideous porcine beasts that stand on 2 legs, with snouts, tusks, and floppy pink ears. It's not what I was expecting, but it is what I was expecting it to look like. Your Majesty! Whoa. Don't look at us! What the devil's wrong with you? It was the meat, my liege. We hunted and butchered an ancient legendary beast. We were told it was cursed, but...
We were also told devouring the beast, the spirit of the forest itself, would bestow great power. We never thought this would be our reward.
But I ate that too.
I'm sorry, Your Highness. This is the first time this has happened. We have been eating this meat for many days now. Perhaps the single meal is not enough to trigger the curse?
I won't tell anyone, but why don't you head out? I'll call you an Uber. You hurry the errands through one of your hidden passages. They go without a word, not wanting to argue with your decision. Once outside, you bid them farewell. With as much sincerity as their hideous faces can muster, they vow to repay your kindness. I mean, honestly, they looked better than my first mate. Werepigs. You're a werepig now, too. Yeah. The escaped experiment. I think we've done this one. Apparently something has escaped from the cellars of Countess Applerpunk's castle. I've asked for an eyewitness report from a local. It was totally a transformation, not a fursuit or anything. Hey, life, liberty, and the fursuit of happiness. Hello, your majesty. Well, it was a right unholy sight. The monster stitched together from parts dug up from the village cemetery. I recognize my Edna's earlobes. Bring me Countess Applerpunk. This creature's my life work, your grace. And my son. His escape was regrettable. He just wanted to see the village up close. Rest assured, I have him chained up far more securely in my dungeon to ensure this won't happen again. It's too late for that, Countess. You and your unholy creation must be burned. It's the only way to cleanse the world of your evil. I'm gonna go ahead and veto burning the monster and letting the Countess live, because I believe we went that route last time. Alright. Free the monster. Yeah, that's a stability roll. Free the monster. Moosh? Yeah. I love it. The kindness and generosity going out to monsters and furries these days. This kingdom is built on love. No, your grace, the boy's not ready for freedom. This will end in disaster. The council would free this unholy monstrosity? Allow the twisted creature to go unpunished? What kind of message does this send? You're all mad. You'll see. Doom will come to the east. Doom! Unfortunately, the High Inquisitor's words proved prophetic. The abomination snaps after relentless bullying from the suspicious villagers, goes on a spree across the east, torching fields and murdering peasants. Well, finally brought to justice by an angry mob. The common folk mock you for allowing your soft heart to blind you to common sense. Whoops. That's just him letting out his hormones. Yeah. Monstrosities will be monstrosities. Your wedding to Irvin is naturally the talk of the kingdom. Nobles and peasants alike travel from across the realm to attend. For a week and a day, the capital is one giant party. It feels like you're the only one not taking part. Instead, you're getting ready for the ceremony. Soon enough, you're standing in St. Bertrand's Cathedral with Irvin at your side. Do you take this man as your lawfully wedded husband? Changed my mind. You flee the cathedral, leaving the guest and the archbishop in stunned silence. I knew this was too good to be true. I saw 8 crows perched outside, you know. An omen of this misfortune. Alright, everybody. Alright, everybody. Looks like the wedding's off. Let me take this opportunity to deliver a sermon. Ooh, it got worse. You run until the muttering crowd is lost to the winds. Looking around you, you find yourself in the palace gardens. Sitting on a bench, you try to compose yourself. When you look up, you see your mother watching you sympathetically. I won't ask why you did it. I'll just ask, what do you plan to do now? I couldn't see his oily face under the beard. I will marry my true love, a low-born commoner. They look better in oils. A commoner? Is that who you've been sneaking out of the palace to meet? The nobles will not be pleased. No, I'm sure the common folk will swoon over it. Queens don't have the luxury of freedom. You'll learn that sooner or later. My true love, the oiliest stable boy. Or the pool boy. Or the stable pool boy. Far in the east, Countess Applerpunk is hosting a dinner party in her castle, with a few distinguished guests. Our plans are going better than expected. The spy master thinks all is well in the kingdom, and while the cat's away, the mice shall play. And when the cat returns, it will find the mice have poisoned its kibble. That analogy is a little tortured now, but I like the enthusiasm. Our next step is to replace the palace watch with our own agents. I want the Queen's mother's outfit for my own monarch. I also wish players could play as monarchs. Yeah, me too. Indeed, the honor guard are incorruptible, but the watch are another story. If the Queen can't pay them, they will look for money elsewhere. In the next stage of their scheme, counts must lower the treasury to 1,500 or less in 2 seasons. Yeah. Alright, so the rebellion report. The counts are on the verge of rebellion. I was hoping for tax. Who wants to spend the Queen's money? Well, Applerpunk, you could rebel if you felt like it. I'm going to say that out loud while I partake of a secret romance. It's near impossible to sneak out of the palace at night. The palace watch keep catching you and dragging you back to your bedroom. But tonight you've managed it. Bundled up in a dark cloak and hood, you head out to the capital's market distance. Your true love is waiting for you on a bridge. I just need to win this once. Praise to Ascendant Lance? I forgot what the feint was called. The 9th. Were the other 8? The other 8 were like awful gods, like God of Darkness and Evil. God of Awfulness. Things like that. My love's name is Jane. She rushes into your arms and presses her mouth to yours. It's a while before anything needs to be said out loud. My love, it's been months since we last saw each other like this. It's really been months. Yes, why did you take so long? The palace watch realized I was sneaking out. It must be such a hardship to be the ruler of the entire kingdom, Your Majesty. She can't get through the last two words without breaking into laughter. What happened to the brash young princess who snuck out of the palace so she could see the real world? That was when you met the love of your life, in case you forgot. We were so young. We still are. You just need to relax. That crown's as heavy as the whole kingdom. You should take it off once in a while. Why don't we head back to your place? The stable. You and Jane return to her tiny cottage and spend the night together. As usual, you must sneak back to the palace before dawn, but before you leave, she catches your arm. I'm tired of waiting, my love. I can't live like this. We need to get married, in the eyes of the ninth god, for all to see. Shit, I'm down. Thank you, my love. This is so exciting. I can't wait. You put up your hood and sneak back to the palace. Well, I was intending to be straight this round, but sorry, the ninth had other plans. Now to the crab bubble. Bad news, Your Majesty. A new reef has been discovered which is overflowing with millions of jeweled crabs. Crab prices are crashing catastrophically. You hear that, Moosh? How could this be? The entire kingdom will suffer financially, Your Majesty, with the exception of a few patricians. Curiously, Lord Mr. Moosh, the very same patrician who first began the crab craze, recently sold all his crabs at a huge profit, just days before the crash. Oh, dang. Dang! Alright. Something must be done. Let's check the wealth of the nations here. Angels has 650. Applerpunk has 1750. And Moosh has 4,200. Let's see. So we could bail out the coast. We could let the coast suffer the full consequences of the crisis. Or we could arrest patrician Mr. Moosh and confiscate his ill-gotten gold. Select choice. Arrest Moosh. Hey Moosh, you want to raise authority, right? With my iron choice, if you choose that, it'll raise authority. Arrest yourself before you wreck yourself. Welp. Yeah, sure. Bail out the patricians. This is getting too real. Your help is appreciated by the patricians and the many allied ailing industries that are propped back up. Let us never speak of crabs again. Yeah, yep. But you just didn't want that authority, huh? I'm sure I was only going to arrest you a little. Over the course of the summer, you find yourself plagued with horrific dreams. Running through the woods full of screams as your colossal jaws bite beast and human alike. You are always hunting, always hungry. Throat's getting sore. I can do this, though. The council has noticed your lack of sleep as you become tired and irritable during court sessions. Something must be done. My authority. Let's see. Back to the Woods Witch. While the spy master keeps an ear out for rumors of magic, you begin your search in your spare time. You can only hope that you find someone before it's too late. Wow, that authority, huh? Crazy. What happened to the crouton couple? They're happily married on the coast. Yeah. They have a nice farm, I think. Okay. So we're about to start an auction again. I'm going to remind you that it is fund, not vote. And we'll see if it goes through this time. Let's start it. Hear me rummaging through my desk. Crinkle, crinkle. I have a lozenge. I will survive the entire night. That wasn't like ear-piercingly loud, right? Let's see. Moosh is raising authority. I appreciate that. And stability going down. Yeah, it sounds about right. Hit the top two, but... yeah. I didn't see anything else that would be, like, super beneficial to anybody. Oh, the barons and the counts are on the verge of rebellion. Is it tax season yet? Just wondering. Four is all you need. Thought it needed to be below 4? Yeah. 4 or lower. Treasury needs to be 1,500 or less. Authority needs to be 5 or higher. Alright. And they've decided not to rebel against me yet. Arranging a wedding. Yeah, we'll do that. Your Majesty, your insistence on marrying this Commodore is most unwise. If you proceed, it will be against the recommendations of all of your advisors. Didn't ask. Very well. In that case, I suppose all that remains is to make the announcement. Oof. Oof. Let's see. Make an announcement in a public speech to the common folk. Deal with it. Stability is steady. The march isn't raised. The defiance is treasonous in the east. When you deliver the news to the masses, they raise their voices in a cheer so loud it shakes the podium. It's a fairy tale romance, and the common folk love it. That's right, they do. The nobles, on the other hand, are all furious. Especially because you refuse to even tell them in person. You're destroying a centuries long of tradition, all because you've gone moon-eyed over some gold-digging peasant? Shameful. You haven't even seen the fursuits yet. Now that the news has been broken, the only thing left is to organize the royal wedding itself. About your heir.